Yes. Just a second, we'll start the subject. Yeah. Yes, my dear. Is it audible? Yeah. Yeah. Chalo, let us get into the subject. Okay. Yeah. So here the basically what is that we have done in the last class, correct? No? We have done in the last class what is that we did, my dear? That is accounting standard 1 and accounting standard 12 we have completed. Correct? No? We have completed, which is available in my YouTube channel, that is Ravikant Miriala. You can obviously can have a look at it. Fine. So today I'm going to, as we already planned it, correct? Yes, my dear, accounting standard 16, I am going to finish it. And again, I am going to complete the accounting standard 10 also, I'm going to complete it. Right. And even the MCQs of the accounting standard 16, we had a look at it in the last session, but still, once again, I wanted to have a look at in this session as well with respect to accounting standard 16. Okay, right. See, and with respect to, yeah, just a second. Hmm, yep, just a second. Yeah. See, this is obviously some small information, my dear. Yes, I am giving my classes. What are the classes? Classes on advanced accounting, that is for CA Inter, as well as CA Final, that is financial reporting. We are going to start MCQ class even for the CA Final from next week onwards. Saturday, at least one and a half hour MCQ questions. Okay, MCQ questions for CA Final, we'll be doing it every week. Let me continue, like Saturday for this and Sunday for CA. I'll intimate you. Yeah, if you want to be part of my group and if you want to get the intimation of these live classes, below this description I have given the group link, Telegram group. So just join that so that you will get the information. Okay, that is the point. And this advanced accounting, this is for 100 marks. This is for 100 marks, my dear. This is not just only accounting standards. Yes, these are the Google Drive classes with 1.8 views. And if you correctly listen to the classes, no, 22 to 25 days you will be able to complete entire syllabus. Daily 5 to 6 hours if you are able to focus, I can give you guarantee. Just follow my instructions which are there in the classes. You are able to complete it with high level conceptual understanding. Yes, if you are interested, yes, please call on the below numbers to you. Okay, right. You can contact us. Chalo, without wasting much amount of time, let's get into accounting standard 16. Yeah, what is accounting standard 16? Accounting standard 16 is nothing but borrowing cost. Correct, na? Borrowing cost. So for this, my short form for the time being, I'll make it as BC. BC is my borrowing cost. Okay, right. So BC, borrowing cost. What is the standard will tell? Correct. The standard will tell you first what are borrowing cost. Correct. Now what are the borrowing cost? That is first question mark. Right. Next. Next is what? How to account. Yeah, how to account. How to account means how to account the borrowing cost. How to account in the sense what will it will tell? It will tell whether should I capitalize it. Correct now, whether I should capitalize it or whether I should charge it to the profit and loss as a finance cost. That is what it is going to tell us. Okay, what do you mean by capitalize it? Capitalize it in the sense you will be adding it to the asset. That means you are going to debit the asset, right? And next, what is that it is going to tell? Correct. Now, what is the period of capitalization? Okay, period of capitalization. Yeah, how long? Correct. How long are we supposed to capitalize it? This standard is going to tell. And the last topic, it is going to tell how much to capitalize. Okay, how much to capitalize. This point also, this standard is going to explain it to us. So this standard overall it is going to discuss about four topics. One is what are the borrowing cost. Correct. Let us have a quick understanding of what all borrowing cost. Yeah, here, right, what are all the borrowing costs? So that is the first basic point. Yeah, what are the borrowing cost? First, what do we say? This is the all costs. Yeah, all costs directly related to all cost. First of all cost incurred. We use the word incurred. Yes, you must have incurred the cost. If it is not incurred, or it is a deemed cost. Okay, it is a deemed cost. Or some one more word people use, imputed cost. Okay, it is a deemed cost, imputed cost, or one more word is opportunity cost. Okay, right, all those deemed cost, imputed cost, these things are not going to be covered by accounting standard 16. So all costs which are incurred directly directly related to borrowing. Okay, na, directly related to borrowing. What do you mean by directly related, sir? Directly related means when, correct na, directly related means what? That is borrowing costs. Borrowing costs are incurred. Correct. Now, borrowing costs are incurred only because of what? Only because of borrowing. Right. Another way of saying this. Correct. Now, if not borrowed. Okay, are you getting my point? If not borrowed, we would have not incurred. If not borrowing, would have not incurred. Would have not incurred. Yeah, if not borrowed, we would have not incurred. This is the second point you need to understand. So borrowing cost mein what all the cost will be there, sir? One is obviously interest cost. Okay, interest cost is obviously borrowing cost. Any ancillary cost. Okay, ancillary cost, what do you mean by ancillary cost? Ancillary cost in the sense brokerage, processing cost. So those cost. Correct na? Right. Any discount on issue of debenture? Yes, discount on issue of debenture. Yeah, discount on issue of debenture. Isn't it a borrowing cost? Yes, you are losing. Actually, you are giving like 100 rupees note, but you are collecting only 90 rupees. That 10 rupees is a loss. Debenture is nothing but borrowing. You lost it because you have borrowed it. Correct. Debenture is a borrowing, obviously. Correct. So discount. Not only that, even the premium. Correct. Now premium on redemption of debenture. Premium on redemption of debenture is also borrowing cost only. Okay. Right. Perfect. That's all, sir. Not that's all. Okay. And what about the finance lease? Yes. If it is a finance lease also is a borrowing, my dear. Nothing else. So to the extent it is a finance lease. Okay, to the extent it is a finance lease, like a hire purchase. In case of hire purchase agreement or in a finance lease, that is as per accounting standard 19, whatever the interest element which is coming in, yes, that is also part of borrowing cost only. And the last one, which is very important, what is that they said, my dear? Foreign exchange difference. Kya bola? Foreign exchange difference. Yes. Foreign exchange, this is very crucial point. Foreign exchange difference on foreign currency borrowing. Okay, foreign currency borrowing, to the extent it is regarded as borrowing cost. See, this is very important point. They can give you one MCQ, very simple MCQ they can give you based on this one alone small topic, subtopic exactly. Yeah, so if you don't have the concept correctly, no, right, I'm telling you, you will be losing very, very easily the marks, right, which is 30 marks are going to be for MCQs. So if you are conceptually confident, no, then you will be able to handle it just like that. If your concept is not clear, then you are going to face a problem for sure. Okay, right. So foreign exchange difference on the foreign currency borrowing, to the extent it is regarded as borrowing cost. That is what we told. Correct. For this one small example, let me give you and we'll go further. Okay. What is that foreign currency? Suppose say example on 1,4. Yeah. Suppose 1,4 you have borrowed. Okay. How much you have borrowed, sir? Say example you have borrowed $10,000 you have borrowed. Okay. On 1,4, what is $1 is equal to? Say $1 is equal to 80 rupees, sir. Not a problem. Right. What is the journal entry? What is the journal entry you would have recorded on 1,4, my dear? Journal entry on 1,4, you must have received the money. It's a bank account debit. Correct. Na? Then foreign currency borrowing. Correct. Na? Foreign currency borrowing. That is equal to how much? That is equal to 8 lakh rupees. Agree? Yes. You have borrowed it. Right. Now the question is what? Not today. That is 31st March. That is at the end of the first year. 31st March. 1 year time is up. Yeah. You borrowing. It's already obviously in the foreign currency. What is the rate of borrowing? Let me say 6% is the borrowing. No, otherwise I'll say 5% is borrowing. What is the rate of borrowing, my dear? 5% is borrowing rate. Okay. Why you went to US and borrowed? Correct, na? Yeah, why you went to, sir, that same date, Indian borrowing rate is equal to, Indian borrowing rate was 7%, sir. So there is a 2% gap. 2% is not a small percentage. So there is 2% gap, sir. That's why I went and took it from the outside India. Okay, not a problem. Yeah, e percentage I may change it. Plus minus I will do it depending upon my requirement. Yeah, on 31st March, what do you do? Right? Are we supposed to pay interest? What is the interest cost, my dear? How do you calculate interest cost? What are you supposed to pay actually on $10,000 into 5% means $500 I am supposed to pay. Correct? $500 I should pay. On this date, say example $1 is equal to 82 rupees. So interest in rupees. Correct? Na? This is interest cost in dollars. Interest cost in rupees, if you take it, that is equal to $500 into 82 rupees. Correct? Na? Yeah. Let me use the calculator, my dear. Yeah, 500 into 82, if I take it, that is coming to 41,000 rupees. Correct? Na? If 41,000 rupees, what is it treated? It is treated as a borrowing cost. Without doubt, because interest is a borrowing cost. Standard is not talking about this one now. This is anyhow borrowing cost only. The problem is, correct na, as per accounting standard 11. Correct na? As per accounting standard 11, what is happening, my dear? Borrowing is equal to what? What do you mean by borrowing is a monetary item? Borrowing is a monetary item. Correct na? Yeah. So when it is a monetary item, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? You are supposed to restate it. You are supposed to restate it. Correct. When you are supposed to restate it, what is the loan you have today? 8 lakh. So that is the foreign exchange, correct? Now, foreign exchange, what is the difference? Foreign exchange difference in the sense actually loss. How much loss, sir? How much loss in the sense? $10,000 out of today it is equal to 82. It was actually 80 rupees when I recorded. Correct? Now that means this 20,000 rupees, 20,000 rupees is the foreign exchange loss. Correct. Foreign exchange loss. Normally, what do you do, my dear? Correct. Normally, what do you do? Normally, foreign exchange loss will be charged to profit and loss statement. Do you agree? Exactly. But here you should not do it. If it is a foreign currency borrowing, then you have to take care of it. Okay, you have to apply this a particular point. If you don't apply, then it is going to be a problem. So what should I do? See, my dear, totally what is your charge to P&L normally? What is your cost? Charge or cost? Yeah, what is your cost? Tell me. My interest cost is equal to 41,000. 41 or 42 na? 41,000. Correct na? Then foreign exchange difference, foreign exchange loss, that is equal to 20,000 rupees. So totally how much number? 61,000 rupees is my cost. Agree? Perfect. Suppose. Now suppose if you have borrowed it in India, if you have borrowed in India, are you getting my point? Yeah, if you had borrowed in India, how much would have been your rate? Yeah, what would have been your interest cost? Your interest cost would have been, if I had borrowed, I would have borrowed 8 lakh rupees into 7 percentage. Let me calculate here, 8 lakh into 7 percentage. 7% means how much? 56,000 rupees, correct now? 56,000 rupees would have been, this would have been my borrowing cost. Agree? But how much are you considering as a borrowing cost? Only 41,000 rupees. Now that's why what are we telling? No, no, no. So to the extent of 50, to the up to the extent of 56,000 rupees, right? It is like a one information. Up to the extent of 56,000 rupees, you have to consider it as a borrowing cost. Okay, so up to what did I say, my dear? Up to the extent of, extent of how much? Up to the extent of 56,000 rupees, you are supposed to capitalize it, capitalize or treat as a borrowing cost, right? So that means what am I supposed to do? Right, that means what am I supposed to do? Right, 41,000 rupees, 41,000 rupees, what is it, my dear? 41,000 rupees is already borrowing cost. So nothing to be done. So what is the balancing figure now? Balancing figure is nothing but 15,000. E 15,000. E 15,000 is coming from out of what? Out of this 20,000 rupees of foreign exchange loss. Correct na? So out of foreign exchange, foreign currency loss is equal to 20,000. E 20,000 rupees may 15,000 rupees will be treated as borrowing cost, and the remaining, correct na? There is still remaining. Our remaining 5,000 rupees will be charged to profit and loss as a foreign exchange gain or loss. Correct na? Foreign exchange gain or loss, it will be transferred to profit and loss statement. Okay, it will be transferred to profit and loss statement like that. Okay, so what is the journal entry you will record, sir? Yes, we'll record like this. Okay, if it is a borrowing cost, correct na? Borrowing cost with respect to 41,000 rupees, what is your journal entry? Very simple. Suppose example, if borrowing cost, correct na? If borrowed, yeah, if it is borrowed, for a qualifying asset, correct na? You must have studied it when you are listening to the revision, means you must be having some knowledge about the standard. Obviously, that is the basic assumption. I will take it. Yeah, if you have borrowed for a qualifying asset, then what should I do? E number is supposed to be capitalized. Agree? Right. So what is the journal entry you would have recorded? Correct. Now qualifying asset account to debit to bank. Correct. Now to bank are payable 41,000 rupees. 41,000 rupees. Right. And what about this 20,000 rupees kavala? 20,000 rupees ka, what did I say? Qualifying asset account to debit 15,000. Why qualifying? Because this is nothing but a borrowing cost, I said. Right. Next, what do you say? Forex loss, which will be transferred to profit and loss account. That amount is going to be debited by this number to foreign currency borrowing. Foreign currency borrowing, totally 20,000 rupees is going to be capital. I mean 20,000, anyhow loan is supposed to be increased. So loan is increased by 20,000 and qualifying asset ko 15,000, and this 5,000 rupees is supposed to be transferred to profit and loss in the name of foreign exchange loss. Exactly. I hope you understand. Guys, are you able to follow? Right. Excellent. So that is the point. So what are all the borrowing cost, my dear? These are all the 5 points of borrowing cost. One is interest cost and other borrowing cost. Second one is ancillary cost. Third one is equal to discount on issue of debenture or premium and redemption of correct na? Yeah, premium and redemption of debentures. Next, interest element within the finance lease, correct na? Interest element within the finance lease also is part and parcel. And the last one, what is the last one? Foreign exchange difference on foreign currency borrowing, to the extent it is regarded as, correct na? To the extent it is regarded as foreign borrowing cost is going to be that one. Okay, right, perfect. So now, yep, yeah. Now borrowing cost, what we said, correct now. How to account for? Yes, how to account for. Yeah, how to account for is very simple question. Let's clear the how to account for point. Yeah, how are you supposed to account for the borrowing cost? Question mark. Yeah, how are you supposed to account for the borrowing cost? Question is what? Is it directly related to? Is it directly related to? Directly related to. Related to what? Related to acquisition. Okay, that is purchase, acquisition, or construction, or production of what, sir? A construction of a qualifying asset. 2A of a qualifying asset. Question mark. Yeah. But this question mark answer can be what? Answer can be yes. Correct na? Answer can be no. If you say yes, then what are you supposed to do? Borrowing cost. Borrowing cost should be capitalized. Borrowing cost should be capitalized. Got it? Yeah. If you say no, sir, it is not, sir. If you say no, then it should be charged to profit and loss. If it is not a qualifying asset, it should be charged to profit and loss. Okay. So, but what is a qualifying asset here? Qualifying asset is what, my dear? It can be any asset. Okay. Any asset in the sense which asset it is? It can be a property, plant and equipment. It can be an intangible asset, or it can be investment property. Investment property. Okay, na? Investment property means investment in the name, in the nature of land and building. Accounting standard 13 may I taught this. Investment property, or it can be an inventory. It can be anything. Out of these things, it can be anything. It is an asset. It is an asset which takes a substantial period of time. Which takes a substantial period of time. Okay, substantial period of time to make it ready for substantial period of time to make it ready for, correct now, to make it ready for what? To make it ready for sale or usage. To make it ready for sale or usage. Right. Next point, sir, which takes a substantial period. What do you mean by substantial period of time? Substantial period of time means, my dear, in general information, generally what do you say? It is either 12 months or more than 12 months. Okay, sorry, exactly 12 months. Not necessary, my dear. It is not necessary. It can be correct, na? It can be less than. Yes, if it is less than 12 months also, still I will be considering it as substantial, but it has to be justified. Correct, na? And what do we say? It depends on the facts. It depends on. It depends on what? It depends on facts and circumstances. Facts and circumstances of each case. Right. And it requires professional judgment. It requires professional judgment. Correct, na? Right. See, the point is what, my dear? Which takes substantial period of time to make it ready. It is not ready. Correct, na? Very question. Is it ready? Right. First, is it ready to use? We'll ask one question. Is it ready to use? Yeah. If I ask a question, for this answer is what? Yes, sir, I can use it now. When you say I can use it already, at the time of acquisition, is it ready to use at the time of acquisition? At the time of production, construction. Correct. If you say, then what do you say? It is not a qualifying asset. Yeah. No, no, sir. Right. No, sir. It takes one year time. No, it is not ready to use. It will take 1 year time to use it. Oh, is it? Then it is a qualifying asset. Very simple thing. Correct, na? So car when you purchase it, yeah, you can switch on and you can start. Correct, na? Put the key, turn it, and you can start using it. So car is a qualifying asset. No, it is not. Correct, na? Yeah, building, sir. Yeah, if you are constructing a building, correct, na? Building will take lot of time construction. Correct, now is it a qualifying asset? Yes, sir, obviously. One ship construction I am doing, yes, it is a qualifying asset. Correct, now one plant and machinery I am constructing, yes, it is. Sir, I am doing research and development. Correct, na? Research, not research exactly. Development of intangible asset I am doing. Then it is this one. Sir, I purchased land. Land I have to know. Why? Land is already ready for use, no? Unless until land is taking for development of land is required, which will take 1 year of time, no? Otherwise, land is not a qualifying asset. Correct, na? Like that, each and every item has to be taken care. So you are done with the topic number 2. Okay, next point is what, sir? Next point is period of capitalization. What did I say? It is period of capitalization. Yes. What is the period of capitalization? Agree? Yep. So now what am I supposed to do, sir? Very simple. Period of capitalization, that is from which period to which period you should capitalize it. Correct? So if you say this period may will capitalize, means other than this period, any period is going to be charged to profit and loss statement. Agree? Yes. So now what do you say? When do you start capitalization? When do you suspension? Suspension in the sense pause. Correct? Na? It is a PAUSE, pause. Right. Next one is what? Cessation. Cessation in the sense stop. This is full stop. Yeah. Cessation, start, cessation, suspension, and cessation. Correct? Na? When should I do it? That's all. So when should I start, sir? When should I start capitalization? When you satisfy all the three conditions. When you satisfy all the three conditions, that day you are supposed to start capitalization. You are supposed to start capital. Till that time you cannot start capitalization. Agree? Yeah. What is the days? First day, sir. First day means borrowing costs. Borrowing costs are being incurred. Yes, borrowing costs are being incurred. First point. Yeah. Second point is what? Yeah, cost on the qualifying asset. Cost on the qualifying asset are being incurred. Yes, are being incurred. You must be spending money on the asset as well. Third one is what, activities should be in progress. Yeah, activity should be in progress. Means some work must be going on. Correct na? Activities means which activities are, which activity means that is obviously physical activity. Okay, yes, physical activity, that is even administration activity, even technical activity. Every kind of activity is going to be considered. Yeah, any kind of, correct na? What is these things which are obviously, which are necessary? Yes, which are necessary. Necessary for what? Necessary for the qualifying asset, to make the qualifying asset ready for its intended use or purpose. Then, yes, if you satisfy all the conditions are satisfied on which date? From that date, you are supposed to capitalize it. Okay, suppose if you say this is my time period. Yeah, if I say this is the start. Yeah. Have you paid the borrowing cost? Yes, from here to here I paid borrowing cost. Here to here I paid borrowing cost. Okay. When I say start button today, start means what? Starting of capitalization. Yeah. If I say this is end button in the sense cessation, which I will speak obviously. Yes. So whatever I have incurred in this period, that is supposed to be capitalized. Okay, whatever you have incurred before this, that should be charged to profit and loss. Even after this, that also should be charged to profit and loss statement. That is the matter. I hope you are following me. Correct. In between, there can be a small suspension can be possible. This is suspension. Okay, na suspension period. If you say E period may interest whatever you have incurred, that also should be charged to profit and loss statement. Suspension of what? Suspension of capitalization. So when suspension of when you have suspended, capitalization is suspended, means automatically it will be charged to what? Where do you? I mean, it will be charged to profit and loss as a borrowing cost. Okay, right. Sir, when should I suspend it, sir? When should I suspend? Yeah, when activities that is physical activity, when are technical activity, administration activity, when activities are not active, correct? Not active. There is no, otherwise no active development. No active development. I can use the word no active development. Yeah, I mean the works are not going on. Why works are not going on? For last one week there is no work, sir. Why? There is a strike of labor, sir. Who is it? Then nothing is going on. Right. There may be correct lorry strike would be there, government problem will be there, corona issue may be there, correct lockdown issue may be there. So many issues are there. So when there is no active development, what are you supposed to do? You should suspend the capitalization. So what are you supposed to do? That's why I told already below. During this time, correct now, during this time, what are you supposed to do? Borrowing cost. that should be charged to profit and loss. It should be charged to profit and loss statement. I hope you understood. Yes, exactly. During this time, borrowing cost should be charged to profit and loss statement. Done? Exactly. So now the next question. What is the next question, my dear? Yeah. So borrowing cost. But what do you say here? There are some two circumstances. What are the two under the two situations? Under the two situations, my dear. Yeah. Under the two situations, what will be happening under the two situations? What is happening? Oh, like this. Yes. So under the two circumstances, yeah, under the two circumstances, do not suspend. Do not suspend करके there is one sentence. Okay. What is that two circumstance? One is it is when it is a temporary delay. Correct? Na temporary delay. It's not taking too much of time. Some time. But a temporary delay which is necessary. This is the important point. Temporary delay correct, but which is necessary. Necessary for what? Necessary to make the asset ready. To make the asset ready. Then yes, you don't necessary. Correct? Now example, see, once one floor is constructed, then curing takes place. Curing in the sense, correct? Now watering basically. So when there is watering is taking place, is it necessary for the building? Very much necessary. That time, what are you supposed to do? Don't suspend it because some activity is going on, which is necessary. That delay is necessary for the purpose. Okay, right? Necessary for the purpose. And the second point, my dear. So temporary delay, which is necessary to make the asset. Okay, next one is what? Significant, correct now, some significant either technical or significant technical or administration work is going on. Okay, if it is something technical administration work is going on, that time also you are supposed to do it, right? You have to do not suspend it. Cessation, when do you do cessation, sir? Cessation means stop. Stop in the sense what? When the qualifying asset is what? When the qualifying asset is ready for its intended purpose. Okay, it is ready for its intended purpose. No, can I use the asset? Yes, I can use the asset. When you say I can use the asset, then you can stop capitalization. When you stop capitalization, from that day onwards, whatever the borrowing cost you have incurred, all that should be charged to profit and loss statement. All that should be charged to profit and loss statement. Okay, right. Next important topic, that is topic number 4. How much to capitalize? Correct? Na? How much to capitalize? This is the concept. Yeah, how much to capitalize? Yeah, we told, it is obviously it is depending upon what, sir? It is depending upon the type of borrowing. Correct, na? It is depending upon the type of borrowing. Yes, what type of borrowing exactly? It is depending upon what borrowings are. What kind of borrowings? One is specific borrowing, the next one is equal to general borrowing. Correct, na? Specific borrowing, general borrowing. Specific borrowing in the sense specifically borrowed for the purpose of, correct, specifically borrowed for the purpose of what? For the purpose of the qualifying asset. Then what is it? Very simple. Correct, now what is the interest? What is the interest? Paid or payable? Very simple, paid or payable. Yeah, on the borrowing some x number will come minus any interest income. Yeah, any interest income earned on, correct, na, earned on surplus funds. Yeah, on surplus funds, earned on surplus funds. Yes, so that number if you reduce it, this is what, correct, na, this is what is this, my dear? This is the borrowing cost that should be to be capitalized. This should be capitalized. Got it? Exactly. So what about general borrowing? Correct, na? General borrowing means these are not borrowed specifically for the purpose of the qualifying asset, but money is being used. But money is being, correct, na? Money is being used for what purpose? Money is being used for qualifying asset purpose. That's why you are supposed to capitalize. Sir, correct. Now there may be 2, 3 loans are there. Okay, say the example loan 1, loan 2, loan 3. Correct na? Loan 1, loan 2, loan 3 like this. And what is the rate, sir? This rate may be 9%, this rate may be 10%, this rate may be 7%. Okay, this may be 1000 rupees, this may be 2000 rupees, this may be 2500 rupees. Possible na? Right. So now which rate I should capitalize it, sir? Which rate you capitalize in the sense you have to calculate weighted average borrowing rate. Weighted average borrowing rate. That is what? Capitalization rate. Weighted average borrowing rate you are supposed to calculate it. Yeah. So weighted average rate, how do you calculate? Yes, that is equal to nothing but 1000 into 9 percentage. Correct na? 2000 into 10 percentage plus, correct na? 2500 into 7 percentage. Yes, assume all the loans are taken at the beginning of the financial year. If it is another date, if you have taken, weighted average calculation will change. Divided by, then you can apply the total loan, or generally weighted loans will apply it. If you have not taken it, if you have taken it on the, if the loans were there from the day 1 of the financial year, then weighted loan is not required. Otherwise weighted loan is very much required. So then into 100 if you multiply, weighted average borrowing rate is going to come. So how do you do, sir? Example, my dear, qualifying asset is equal to 4000 rupees you spent already. Okay, spent as on which date? As on the balance sheet date. Okay, out of that there is a specific borrowing of 1000 rupees. Not a problem. So that means, what does it mean? That means 3000 rupees must be coming from the general borrowing. Okay, so general borrowings are weighted average rate is equal to how much? Say example, somewhere 8% it came. Simply I'm not calculating, just I told. Yeah, if specific borrowing is equal to 10%, then I will say borrowing cost to be capitalized. Correct now, borrowing cost to be capitalized. How much are you supposed to capitalize? Correct now, how much are you supposed to capitalize? 1000 rupees into 10 percentage, that is equal to 100 rupees you are supposed to apply. Correct na? And 3000 rupees into, what is the borrowing rate? We said 8% we said. Correct na? 8% is equal to how much? 240. That is equal to 340 is supposed to be capitalized. It is supposed to be capitalized. How much are you supposed to capitalize? 340 should be capitalized. That's it, my dear. These are all the very important concepts of, correct na? Very important concepts, right? Chalo. Let's go to the multiple choice question. Multiple choice question. Let us have a re-look at it. Since you learnt now, immediately if you see multiple choice questions, you will also feel comfortable. Agree? Right. Hello, my dear. Now, so yes, yeah. So what is that, my dear? Here, as per accounting standard 16, all the following, all the correct now, all the following are qualifying assets except. What is qualifying asset? I said qualifying asset is the one which takes substantial period of time to make it ready for construction. He's saying except. That means which is not a qualifying asset, you have to identify. Manufacturing plant and power generation, it's a qualifying asset. So this is not the right answer. Next, inventory that requires substantial period of time. Yes, inventory, I told na, inventory can be inventory, PPE, intangible asset, investment property. This is a qualifying asset because they only said substantial period of time it takes. Yeah, assets those are ready for sale. Assets which are already ready for sale, right? So that's why my answer is going to be correct na. C is my answer. Yes, C is the right answer. Next, which of the following statement is correct? Tell me. Entire exchange gain is reduced from the cost of qualifying asset. Gain, when did I speak? I spoke only loss. Correct na? Loss is what? Cost. Agree na? Loss is what? Cost. Not the gain exactly. Correct. The gain is not cost. No? Borrowing cost means cost is something what you lost. Gain may, how do you say? So that's wrong. But he is asking which is correct. Entire exchange loss is going to be added to the cost of asset. Did I say that? No. I told you, sometime we took an example also. If I had borrowed in India, only to that extent you are supposed to capitalize it, but not beyond that. Agree? So that's why E sentence also entire. No, wrong actually. no adjustment is done for the exchange of loss, okay, while the computing the cost of qualifying asset. What kya bola? No adjustment is done for exchange loss while computing the cost of qualifying asset. No, that is also wrong. Correct na? No, you have to do adjustment. Wrong. So which one is correct answer? D. Yes, here I have changed it in the ICA book may also they gave C. C is not correct. Exchange loss ka entire exchange loss is not going to be capitalized. Yeah, you are supposed to do adjustment to it. So none of the above is the right answer. Done. Capitalization rate considers. Capitalization rate is nothing but, what does it mean, my dear? Capitalization nothing but weighted average borrowing rate. Just now I told you na, that is name only capitalization rate we call it. So borrowing cost of general borrowing only. Yes, general borrowing only will consider. Yes, capitalization. Just now I told na, capitalization rate, that is weighted average borrowing rate, will come under only general borrowing. It will not be including the specific borrowing. General cost of general and specific, no, it will never be considered. Borrowing cost of only specific, no, it is not correct. None of the above. No, first one is correct. Done. Next, if the amount eligible for the capitalization, if the amount is eligible for the capitalization in case of inventory as per accounting standard 16 is equal to 12,000 and cost of inventory is equal to 40,000, its net eligible value is equal to 45,000, what amount to be capitalized as part of inventory cost? Yes, here one point I did not tell you here, but I'll tell you now. Okay, after capitalization, my dear, after capitalization, after capitalization of, what is that? After capitalization of borrowing cost, your carrying amount cannot be crossing, cannot be correct now. Borrowing cost cannot, carrying amount cannot be the more than recoverable amount. This is important point you need to remember. It cannot be more than the recoverable amount. That means nothing but it cannot be more than the net realizable value. That's all we are trying to tell here. Okay. So under that circumstance, tell me, my dear. Yeah. Capitalization, how much you are doing? 12. And what is your cost? Cost is equal to 40,000. 40,000 plus 12,000 if I capitalize it, that will come 52,000. Then it will become cost. Correct na? Right. No, if you say NRV is equal to how much? NRV is equal to 45,000 rupees. So 45,000 means, correct now, what is the difference? 45 minus this one is equal to 7,000 rupees. E 7,000 rupees, correct na? That is not going to be, it is going to be charged to profit and loss, my dear. It is not going to be part and parcel of capitalization. So what is the right answer? 7,000. Yeah, what amount can be capitalized? Oh, sorry, he's asking what amount to be capitalized. 7,000 should be going to P&L out of 12,000. That means 12,000 may 7,000 goes to P&L. That means 5,000 will be capitalized. So the right answer B, which is capitalized. Yes, that is the amount you are supposed to capitalize it. Yeah, there is a power going on and off. Okay, fifth one. Excel Limited is commencing a new construction project. Okay, right, which is to be financed by the borrowing. The key dates are as follows. Just now I told you, na, when are you supposed to start capitalization? Capitalization should be started when you satisfy all the three conditions. Correct. Now, what are the three conditions? There should be borrowing cost should be being incurred. Cost on the asset also should be being incurred. Correct. Now, and activities must be in progress. Agree? Right. See, 15th May, loan interest related to the project started to be incurred. That means interest started. Means which date onwards? Only 15th May. But 2nd June onwards, technical site planning is commenced. That means activities are in progress. Right. 19th June, expenditure on the project started to be incurred. Yes, expenditure is incurred. Correct na? Money started spending. So on 19th June only, the really all the satisfied condition, all the three conditions are satisfied. Agree, my dear? Exactly. So that is the reason. Yes, that is the reason. What are you supposed to do? When 19th is going to be my date of starting of capitalization. That is the date of starting of capitalization. I hope you understood. Exactly. That's all. That is the standard. Right? I hope, guys, whoever is watching, you are following. Right. See, one basic question and basic information. Yeah, you are listening. Right. Very nice. Thank you. And right? But my wish is, if you like this revision class and if you feel this will be useful to some other student, correct now, why am I teaching? It should be useful to somebody, correct now, I should pass on my knowledge. Agree? Yeah, it is one kind of advertisement of my classes also, I agree to it. But end of the day, I am sharing some information. If you feel these classes will be useful to somebody of your group, or in your group of maybe Telegram group or WhatsApp group or some other group, there is a students group, please link copy paste the link and recommend in your own words. Yes, I heard this class, this is useful to us, correct na? Yes, you may be also benefited. Something you write one line or half line में बोल दीजिए, these are a good class, bad class, something you say, and you share it. Because as you know na, you will be sharing so many WhatsApps, so many jokes, so many fun things, right? Why can't you share something which is useful to one person? If see, because of your sharing, one person got benefited, then what else you want? Today I got a message from somewhere in Gujarat. Yeah, he read the book and he qualified. Yeah, one more person, so some student, CMA student read my book, CA final ka book pada, and he cleared the exam recently, some 2 3 days before only. CMA final result has come, correct na? He said he was thanking me so much, right? So that happiness, no, he has not taken my classes, he just read my book and he cleared the exam. What else you want? Correct now, that reading, when reading time only, that happiness will come, no? That is much more than what you people give us in terms of money. Yeah, that you may understand, may not understand what I'm trying to tell you. Yes, that feeling, that is a feeling, no, nobody can explain it, you have to experience it. Got it? Right. So please try to help others. That's a big blessing to you. That is a big blessing to you. Yeah, how this blessing will be useful, sir? Maybe something you lost in my, you lost some point in the exam hall, correct? Suddenly God's great, correct now, you helped somebody, no, obviously he will also help you. It will come to your mind and you will be able to write it. You might have thought that I forgot, no, but you will be able to recall the subject. All your, the positive things, whatever you have done, it will be obviously useful with wholeheartedly share karo. Right, not because, not, don't take it as a duty. No, it's not a duty, it's not a matter of duty, my dear friend. It is matter of what you are. Right, chalo, let's go to the next standard. What is the next standard? Accounting standard 10, that is the property plant and equipment. Okay, this is obviously, my dear, this is a very big standard, and I'm expecting minimum 1 to 2 MCQs pakka will come from this standard. Pakka will come, it has to come, because that's a so huge standard, correct na? This standard say minimum 4 to 6 marks, 4 to 6 marks question also should be coming, because now it is 65 marks to 70 marks weightage is there in the syllabus. So that's why, yes, so you have to focus lot on this standard. Okay, this standard is what, my dear? This standard is not applicable. So it is not applicable to whom, sir? Correct na? Basic question, sir. It is not applicable to whom? It is not applicable to biological asset. Yeah, biological asset ko not applicable. Biological asset, and except, it says except, except bearer plant, except bearer plant, in a sense, bearer plant also biological asset, but bearer plant ko accounting standard 10 is applicable. Accounting standard 10 is applicable. The first and foremost question, what is biological asset? Correct na? What is biological asset? Biological asset is called living animal. Yes, living animal or living plant. It may be a plant, it may be animal. It has life. Yes, still it is a plant attached to the ground and it is in green color. Correct na? Okay. Sir, animal, sir. Animal is not dead. Living animal. Then, correct na? Then no, it is not applicable. Then which standard is applicable? Actually, no accounting standard exists right now. Okay, then what do they follow? They will follow industry standards. What the all other companies are following. Correct na? Same thing these guys also going to follow. Okay, what is a bearer plant, sir? Bearer plant, one time they asked a question for 3 marks. Yeah, there are three conditions. There are three conditions, my dear. If you satisfy all the three conditions, then it is going to be applied. Okay, what are all the three conditions are? Three condition, first one is it will be able to bear. What it will be able to bear? It will be able to bear agriculture produce. Okay, it is able to agriculture produce. If you take mango tree, example mango, coconut, correct? Mango is a produce. Correct? Agree? Yes. What is the next thing? Coconut. Yes, coconut is a agriculture produce. And right, it is bearing agriculture. It is bearing agriculture produce. Agree? Perfect. And what about the second bit? Yeah. What about the second bit, my dear? Second bit, the life of this should be greater than or equal to 12 months. Yes, the useful life of the asset, I mean the tree should be more than 12 months. Correct. And next, which is rarely held for sale. Simple word, which is rarely held for sale. No, generally it is meant not for sale. It is meant to get the produce. Means why do I have mango tree? I want to get mangoes, and mangoes I want to sell. I don't want to sell the tree. Tree is not meant for sale. I hope you understand. Then it is a bearer plant. Listen, my dear, bearer plant is one best example. This is a best example. Best example for what, sir? This is a best example for uh, self-constructed asset. Self-constructed asset. Yes, self-construction. Correct, na? Right. So example, my dear, example, mango trees. Mango tree, when will you get the mango? Minimum 4 years time it will take it. Correct, na? So suppose first year, how much you spent on the, yes, on the plantation, on the watering, on that, this, everything. You must have spent. Sir, I spent 10 lakh rupees on the this mango trees. Not a problem. Right. What is the journal entry you should record, my dear? You should record as capital work in progress account. Not bearer plant. Today it is not a bearer plant. Capital work in progress account debit to cash or bank. 10 lakh rupees. 10 lakh rupees. This is Y1. Like that you will be keep on, right? A second year you spent, third year you spent, fourth year you spent. Fifth year it started giving, production started. When it started production, no, that day you should write bearer plant. Correct now, bearer plant account debit to CWIP, capital work in progress. Say example, totally 40 lakh rupees you spent. Now, if 40 lakh rupees, this 40 lakh rupees, what are you supposed to do, sir? This you supposed to depreciate it. Yes, you will be depreciating. Depreciating over what? Depreciating over life of the asset. Yes, so life of the asset in a sense, life of the bearer plant. So every mango plant, correct now. How do you know mango? We don't know our life also, I know that. Correct now. Not like that. Every estimation, life is an estimation, obviously. Okay, some 50 years, one mango tree will be able to give me the fruits. So over a period of 50 years, you are supposed to amortize it or depreciate it. That is what you are supposed to do it, my dear friend. Okay, na? Right. Next point is what? Next point is what? If any, if any PPE, okay, if any PPE is covered by other standard, it is covered by other AS. If it is covered by other AS, then you are supposed to follow that respect. You are to follow that AS. Okay, not this standard. If it is covered by other AS, you have to follow that standard, but not this standard. Is that clear? Yes. Correct, my dear. Next concept. What is the next concept, my dear? Next concept is equal to when to recognize it, when to recognize the PPE in the, when to recognize PPE is the question mark. What do you mean by recognition? What do you mean by recognition? Recognition means recording in the books of account. Recording in the books of account. Yes, recognition means recording in the books of account. That is called recognition. Understand? Means when do you say debit PPE account? Kab bolega tum? Yes, there are two conditions, my dear. There are two conditions. Yeah, what are the two conditions? Simple thing. First, it should be satisfying the PPE definition. It should be satisfying the PPE definition. And that's all, or not that's all. And two conditions of asset. Yeah, basic two conditions of asset also you are supposed to satisfy. Getting my point? Yeah, what are all the two conditions of asset? Two conditions of asset. First one is, yeah, what is the first one? Right, two conditions of asset. What is the first one? First one and second one, that is probable future economic benefits, probable future economic benefits inflow to the entity, probable future economic benefit inflow to the entity. Second condition is equal to cost or fair market value. Cost or fair market value can be measured reliably, these are the two conditions. So overallly, if you satisfy all the three conditions, then you can say PP account can be debited. PP account can be debited. Agree? Right. So next point. When I say next point, recognition and measurement. Recognition and measurement. Yeah. Recognition and measurement. So when I say recognition and measurement, my dear friend, it is very simple. Yeah. When I say recognition and measurement, yeah, this is divided into two things. What are the two things, sir? Yeah, first one is called initial recognition. Initial recognition. Okay, initial recognition means what, sir? Initial recognition means at the time of acquisition. It is at the time of acquisition. Yes, yes, it is at the time of acquisition. And the second one is what? Subsequent measurement. Yeah, what is it? Subsequent measurement. Yes. What is subsequent measurement? Subsequent measurement is further divided into two things. One is on the balance sheet date. Correct na? One is any other expenses, any expense incurred. Yeah, any expense incurred on already recognized asset. Yeah, on already recognized asset. You already recognized asset. Suppose you already calculated something. Correct na? Right. So subsequently, what has happened, my dear? Right? On already, one second. Here. Yeah, so an already recognized asset, correct na? Anyhow, we'll come to that point exactly. With respect to initial recognition, let us spend some time. Initial recognition means at the first time when you purchase some fixed asset, what are you supposed to do with? Correct. So initial recognition. Initial recognition. Yeah, what is there in this initial recognition? What are the methods? How do you acquire one fixed asset? Correct na? One fixed asset. Suppose one machine I am buying. No problem. I will give the cash and I'll purchase it. So first method is by paying cash or a bank or on credit. Correct na? I will say I will pay you after 2 months, 3 months, something like that. Correct na? Next. Next one is what, sir? Next one is self generation. Yeah, we only can construct. Yeah, why not? If it is a building, we can construct our own building. You don't need to buy somebody's constructed building, right? And what is the third one? Third one is equal to what? Third one is what called barter system, right? How do you account for in all the three circumstances? We are going to spend some time, right? So cash or bank. Cash or bank, in the sense, what do you record? What do you capitalize? We will capitalize the basic price, correct na? Basic price we are going to capitalize it. Plus what else you are going to capitalize? Correct na? One is basic price you will capitalize, plus carriage cost, correct na? Carriage, freight cost, otherwise. Okay, freight. Yes, freight you are going to capitalize it, plus installation, correct na? Installation you are going to capitalize it, plus brokerage cost. Yes, if you have purchased through a broker, yes, that is also going to be capitalized. Next, trial run expenditure, trial run expense. Yeah, trial run expenditure, bracket mein we always use a word called net. What do you mean by net? Net in the sense, suppose when you do trial run, you spend 20,000 rupees. Okay, but after spending 20,000, you got some level of product. That product you sold it in the market. You got some 5,000 rupees back. Yeah, you sold it at a cheaper rate. Not a problem. 5,000 rupees reduced from that means 15,000 only, because end of the day cost is something which is what you lost. So in this transaction of trial running, correct na? Trial run may You lost exactly how much, my dear? You lost exactly, what is that you lost? Yeah, you lost only 15,000. So that 15,000 is supposed to be capitalized. Correct? Exactly. So plus. That's all, sir? Not that's all. Okay. What else, my dear? What else? Yeah. Any site preparation cost? Site preparation cost. Yeah. What do you mean by site preparation? Preparation means you are digging something, you are making, you are laying something, and that you are keeping a machine on it. Got my point? Then that site preparation cost also you are supposed to take it into account. Okay, so that's all a site preparation cost. Not that's all. One important point is there, present value of restoration cost. Present value of what, my dear? Yeah, present value of restoration. Yeah, restoration cost. Yeah, that also you are supposed to take it into account. Yeah, is that that's all? No, it's not. Next point, what are you supposed to do? Minus. Correct. Maybe and some more cost will come. Minus, what do you say? Minus rebate. Yeah, or minus, it may be a discount. Correct. Na? You are going to cut it. It may be government grant. We will cut it. Or it may be a borrowing cost if it is a qualify. If it is, suppose example, building or something such kind of thing, it's taking lot of time for construction to make it ready for my purpose, if it is a qualifying asset, yes, then you're going to add it. Okay, right, government, right, that is what, this is what the amount, what you are supposed to capitalize it, what you are supposed to capitalize it. Got my point? Exactly. Okay, the cost which should not be capitalized, which should not, this is very important, my dear. They can make a one question, MCQ question, they can make it. You cannot capitalize this cost. Which cost I should not capitalize, sir? One is abnormal loss. Correct, na? One is abnormal loss. Yes, obviously you are not supposed to capitalize it. Right? That's all, sir? Not that's all. Abnormal loss. General administration cost. Okay, general administration cost. Yes. So general administration cost. No. Suppose, sir, I employed somebody. His job is only to installation of fixed asset. Then yes, you have to capitalize it. Okay. Otherwise, you should not capitalize it. Yeah. Selling and distribution cost. Yes. Selling and distribution cost. No, you are not supposed to capitalize it. Okay, right. Any opening ceremony, correct now? Opening ceremony cost. Yeah, opening ceremony cost. No, you are not supposed to capitalize it. Okay, any training expenses to the training expenses to employees you must have incurred. Why training expenditure, sir? Are boss, you purchased some new machine. Our people don't know how to use the machine. That's why you asked some technical person, "Hey, please come and explain it to our." Okay, they charged me something. A problem. That training expenditure is not going to be, these are all not going to be, all these things cannot be capitalized. Cannot be capitalized in the sense, what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to charge it to profit and loss statement whenever, correct na? Whenever incurred, whenever you incur this money, it should be charged to profit and loss. I hope you understand. Yeah. Next, self generation may what will happen? Self generation may what will happen? Whatever I told. So for all, if lower bracket will be applicable to all, right? All these cost, okay? All these cost you have to follow. That's all, sir. Not that's all, sir. All these cost you are supposed to follow, plus any directly related overheads. Directly related. Yeah, directly related overheads. Are you getting my point? What do you mean by directly related overhead? Suppose some labor people are there. Okay, labor is there. Suppose 10 people of labor ko you asked, boss, you please come and participate in the construction of my building. They participated. Then that 10 days of, correct now, what will happen? That 10 days of their labor cost or whatever 2 months, 3 months of labor cost should not be charged to profit and loss. It should be added to the fixed asset. It should be added to the fixed asset. It should not be capitalized. It should not be charged to profit and loss statement. I hope you understood. Exactly. So any directly related overheads, you are supposed to do this job. I hope you have followed me. Correct, na? Right. But it should not be, what is that? Internal profits. Yeah, your internal profit of the company. No, it cannot be. Internal profit can never be part and parcel. Correct na? How can you sell your, correct na? You are taking your own production, and at a selling price, if you take your own production, it has to be at cost. No, correct na? It cannot be at, obviously, at profit. That is the important point. Okay, right. So barter. Let's go to the barter system and learn important point. In case of barter, okay, yeah, in case of barter, actually there are two conditions, my dear. Okay, the two conditions is simple one. First one is what? Do you have commercial substance? Yeah, do you have commercial substance exist? Question mark. First one. Yes, sir. We have commercial substance. Second thing is, can we measure? Yeah, what you measure, sir? Can we measure? Can we measure fair market value of either asset given? Okay, na? Either asset given or asset taken. Tell me. Yes. So the question is what? Have you satisfied? What is the question? Have you satisfied both the condition? That is both the condition, question mark. Yeah, if I say I have satisfied both the condition, yes. Or if I say no, I have not satisfied both the condition. Correct, na? Both are all are possible. Yeah. So when I say if it is satisfied both the condition, then you have to follow fair market value method. Okay, na? Otherwise, you have to follow book value method. Book value method. What do you mean by fair market value method? Yes, whatever the PPE has come. Okay, PPE received. PPE received account debit. Which value are you supposed to take it here? It should be fair market value of asset given. Okay, fair market value of asset given, or fair market value of asset received. Okay, asset received, whichever is clearly evident, whichever is clearly evident that you are supposed to take it here. That's all, sir. Not that's all. Two. Two, what is that? Asset given. You should credit because asset is given. What amount I should write it here? This is supposed to be carrying amount. It has to be obviously carrying amount. Yeah, balancing figure. Balancing figure will go to either profit and loss debit or profit and loss credit. This is how you are supposed to deal it. Okay, PP received account debit should be which number? Fair market value of asset given or fair market value of asset received, whichever is clearly evident, mean which you can measure it better. Better valuation can happen. You take that number. Okay, two asset given. Which asset you gave? Sir, I gave car. Okay, two car. Correct na? Which number I should write it, sir? Not fair value. It is should be carrying amount. You have to write it. Then obviously there can be some difference. Difference. Correct. No, sir, I give some cash also. No problem. You write first cash. Then only balancing number comes into the picture. Correct. Na? Exactly. Okay, done, sir. Then what about the book value method? Correct. Na? Book value method may, first of all, my dear, there can be no gain or no loss. Okay, that means what, sir? Very simple. Correct. Na? Very simple. Okay, what is the asset given? What is the asset given? That is the carrying amount is equal to 100. Okay, right. So now what are you supposed to write? Asset received account debit. Yeah, asset received account debit to asset given. Yeah, asset given. Yeah, asset given number, what is that? Carrying amount, you have to record it. Right. Sir, I gave some cash also. Not a problem. Cash. How much you gave, that number you write it. No, no, sir, I got cash, sir. No problem. If you have got cash, cash account debit, you write it. Asset received is supposed to be balancing figure here. Correct. Asset received is supposed to be balancing figure. That's a very simple trick. Try to remember this. Let them ask any kind of question from this barter. You will be able to clear it. Got my point? Yes. I hope you guys following. Correct? Yep. So this is next. Here under initial, we are not done with the initial recognition. Some small concepts are there. Let us catch. Correct? Na? Yeah. Spare parts. Okay, na? Spare parts. Spare parts go, how do you accounting? First question, what do you say? Does it satisfy? Correct? Na? Does it satisfy PPE definition? Does it satisfy PPE definition? What is PPE definition, sir? PP is an asset which is held for which is held for what? For producing goods or providing services or rental purpose or administration purpose, where expected useful life is more than 12 months. Correct, na? Right. Does it satisfy PP definition? That means life is greater than or equal to 12 months. Yeah, if you say yes, then what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to follow accounting standard 10. You should capitalize it, treat it as a fixed asset. That is PPE. Got it? Exactly. So if you say no, sir, it is not. Then what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to follow accounting standard 2. 2 ko follow karna. That means it is nothing but inventory. If it is inventory, what will happen? Inventory hai to you should charge as consumption. Correct na? Charge as consumption. Once once started using. That's all. Simple words. Once you started it using, then immediately you can say that should be charged to profit and loss statement. That's all. That is how you are supposed to do it. Right. Next one concept. Next one concept. If there is a deferred credit, what is the concept? This deferred credit. DEFERRED. Deferred credit concept. Deferred credit concept. Right. What will happen, my dear, with respect to deferred credit? Yes, if there is a deferred credit, I hope you understanding. Deferred means what, my dear? Deferred means delayed period. Yeah, delayed period. Delayed period means greater than the normal credit period. Normal credit period. If somebody has given deferred, means 2 years of loan they gave. Loan, the correct na? Yeah, that means here nothing but there is a financing. Financing in the sense loan concept is there. There is a financing. There is a financing element exist in this. Financing element exist in this. Agree? Yes, obviously. Why will somebody say, "Arey bus, take my car, give me after 2 years"? Which fool will do like this, yeah? Tell me, which fool will do like this? No fool will do like this. Nobody will give you that much. So that means, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? You are supposed to identify. What are you supposed to identify? Identify the interest element. Yeah, interest element. The interest element, what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to charge it. Yeah, charge it to where? Charge it to profit and loss as a finance cost. Yeah, as finance cost, you are supposed to charge it off. So then what is the interest, sir? Interest means finance cost. Correct? Now, interest is equal to what? Right? What is that? Agreed price, agreed amount. Agreed amount we have agreed to pay minus cash price. Cash price in the sense, if you go and tell that supplier, "Arey boss, I will give you the money." Correct na? I will give you the money. You just correct na? How much amount am I supposed to pay? I hope you understand. I'll give you the money. How much amount are you supposed to pay? Right. That is what the interest. E-interest, what am I supposed to do? E-interest, allocate it. Yeah, allocate over the period. Allocate over the period. Exactly. Okay, most of the questions, they will only give you the rate of interest. Then that's it. So when you purchase the when on the date of purchase, on the date of buying or purchasing, correct na? What do you record, my dear? We will record it like PPE account debit. At what amount? At cash price you are going to record it, not the agreed amount. Okay, not the agreed amount. I am writing agreed and crossing. Okay, so two payable, you have to write the cash price only here. Yeah, at the end of the y1, at the end of the y2, what do you record, sir? We correct. Now when there is a liability, automatically interest expenditure comes into the picture. So interest expense account debit to payable. Correct na? Last 2 years you will get the interest money. So last day when you make a payment, when you make a payment made. When you make a payment, then automatically what are you supposed to do, my dear? Payable account debit to cash. Yes, like that we are going to do it. Okay, just give me a minute. Yeah, right. Next, one more important concept, component accounting. Component accounting. Yeah, it is component accounting. Okay. What do you mean by component accounting? Correct. Na? Suppose you bought one asset. Yeah, you bought only one item. But within this one item, if there is a significant components or significant part, yeah, significant parts exist. Yeah, significant part exist. If you have significant parts are there, now what is the standard is telling? Each significant part, okay, each significant part should be recorded. It should be recorded. It should be recorded as what? Recorded as a separate asset. As a separate asset. Yeah. Why means each significant part may be having a different life, maybe different method of depreciation. Could be. That's why don't club and record as one asset. You must have purchased it as one asset. I agree to it. But still, when you are getting my point, when you are doing this job, you are supposed to correct now. When you are doing this job, you are supposed to record it separately. Okay, separately. I hope you understand. Right. So, example, when you purchase one aeroplane, correct now. What is aircraft? I will say this is example generally which is there in the standard which I give also. Aircraft में what do you record? We'll say aircraft engine account debit, aircraft engine account debit, aircraft body account debit. Correct now. Whatever you paid for the aircraft. Say you paid aircraft के लिए 50 crores. Yeah, engine you are supposed to bifurcate, body you are supposed to bifurcate with the help of the technical people. Correct na? The engine life may be say 20 years. Yes, you, whatever the amount you have allocated, that should be depreciated in 20 years of time. And say body life is equal to say 10 years. Example I am saying. It may be opposite also. Correct na? I am not a aeronautical engineer and I don't know all those things obviously. Right. So E difference, this will be done in this over the period of 10 years. You are supposed to depreciate it. This is the way you are supposed to do it. Correct. Suppose 10 years when you say no, my dear. Correct na? At the end of 10th year. Correct na? At the end of the 10th year. What are you supposed to do? Aircraft body account should be in value should be how much? Nil. No, no, sir. I replaced the item. I replaced the body at ninth year only. I replaced. No problem. But when you are replacing it, correct na? Old account. That is old body account. Old body account should become how much? Should be zero. You should ensure that old body value should not be more than any number. I mean, it should have become zero obviously. Without first before making it zero, you cannot capitalize a new one. Without making it zero, you should not capitalize one at least. Got my point? Yes. So that is what it is. I hope you understood. Right. So now when you go to subsequent measurement, yeah, when you go to subsequent measurement, yeah, subsequent measurement mein first part what I deal it, yeah, any expense, okay, any expense incurred, yeah, any expense incurred on already capitalized, correct na, on already capitalized asset. Any expense incurred on already capitalized asset. Then what am I supposed to do? Shall I capitalize it or shall I charge it to P&L? For that again two conditions, same initial conditions, two conditions. What is the first condition? That new money you are spending, PPE definition, correct na? PPE definition satisfy. Does it satisfy PPE definition? Okay, plus next point is what, my dear? Two conditions of asset. क्या बोला? Two conditions of asset also you are supposed to satisfy. When you satisfy, correct na? Have you satisfied both? Question mark. Correct na? Have you satisfied both the conditions? If you say yes, yes means you are supposed to capitalize it. Yeah, subsequently whatever you spend, that money also will be added to the asset. Right? No, sir, it does not satisfy one condition out of it. Then you are supposed to charge off. Charge to P&L. That's it. You are supposed to charge it to profit and loss statement. This is the bare minimum rule to decide it. Okay, what did I say? If you spend something, suppose example painting I did. Yeah, painting cost. Correct na? Yes, I constructed this building 4 years before. Now after 4 years I wanted to paint it once. Nothing wrong. That is how generally people do it. So when I want to paint it, paint will be first question. Paint, does it satisfy PPE? PPE definition? No. Does it give you future economic benefits inflows? What inflow will come? Smell flow will come. Correct na? Smell only will come. Paisa nahi aayega. Just because you painted building, will you be able to sell at a higher price? Nobody will pay you for your paint. Paint is attached to the wall, nothing will come back. That's all. So since you cannot get back anything, I hope you understood, my dear. Yes, that painting cost is supposed to be charged to P&L. Suppose, sir, on the existing building, I constructed one more floor, sir. So now since you constructed one more floor, no, my dear, will you be able to sell it at a higher price? Yeah, with the 3-floored building, 4-floored building, value is different. Now, yes, I will get future economic benefits inflow. So that's why you are supposed to capitalize it. Correct? Now it's you satisfy the condition. That's why you are supposed to capitalize it. I hope you have understood it. Correct? Right. So that is what it will happen. Right. Next sub point is on the balance sheet date. Correct? Now on the balance sheet date, what do you do? On the balance sheet date, each class of PPE, class means which class are 10th class are not 10th class. Each class of PPE means land is one class. Correct na? Building is another class. Plant and machinery another class. Furniture and fixture one class. Each class of PPE can be measured. Yes, each class of PPE can be measured at. How do you measure it? You will be measuring it either at cost model. Okay, are you listening? You should be measuring it at cost model, or you should be measuring it at revenue model. Okay, you should be measuring it either cost model or revenue model. May you must be measuring it. Clear? Exactly. So cost model or revenue, sorry, not revenue model, revaluation model. I'm sorry. Cost model or revaluation model. Yeah, revaluation model. Yeah, if you follow cost model, okay, right. If you follow cost model, what will happen? Cost some number minus accumulated depreciation that you know will cut it. Correct na? Minus accumulated impairment loss. From where this has come? This has come from accounting standard 28. This also will discuss one day or other day. Obviously. Correct na? This is what presented in the balance sheet. Got it? Exactly. Sir, if I follow revaluation model, what am I supposed to do? You are supposed to do every year. What are you supposed to do? You have to check it. What are you supposed to check? My carrying amount. Carrying amount what? After depreciation. After current year depreciation with the fair market value on the balance sheet date. Okay. On the balance sheet date, you are supposed to compare it. Okay. If significant difference is there. Okay. If there is a significant difference. Yeah. Do you have? Yes. Then what are you supposed to do? You have to account for the same. Sir, no significant difference is there. Then you can say you ignore it in the current year. Check in the next year. Current year ko ignore karo. Next year mein you are supposed to verify it. I hope you understood. Yes. Right. That is the basic thing. Now, sir, how do you account this, sir? Very simple here. Accounting. Right. Accounting, I say, when you are doing first time revaluation, you are performing. First time revaluation performing. Correct? What are you doing, my dear? Day one, you are doing the revaluation. First, and not day one, first time, first year. At the end of the first year, you are doing the revaluation. Yeah, when you are doing first time revaluation, if you get any gain, revaluation gain, yeah, my book value is 100, but fair market value is 120. Then what are you supposed to do? You should say asset account debit to revaluation reserve. Yes, a number you are supposed to transfer. Say example, this is equal to 20, this is equal to 20. No, sir, first time when I'm valuing, that time only I got a loss, sir. Not a problem, my dear. Charge it to P&L. So P&L account debit to asset account. Correct now. How much is the loss? 10 rupees is my loss. Not a problem. Sir. Next subsequent year means next year. Sir, subsequent year may again revaluation. Every year you have to check na. Yeah, if there is a significant difference is there, then obviously you are supposed to do the revaluation. तो पक्का करना पड़ेगा. Okay, yeah. Subsequent year you are supposed to do revaluation. Done. Now the question is subsequent year revaluation. Yeah. So now the problem is subsequent year evaluation means what am I supposed to do? Now, is it upward valuation further? Yeah, further upward valuation. Is it happened? Yes, sir. Further upward happened. So same journal entry you are supposed to do. Asset account debit to revaluation reserve. No, sir. It is downward. Yeah. Suppose it is downward. It went down. You got my point. Initially it was 100. It is y0. At the end of the y1 it went to 120. That's why E20 rupees we transferred it to this. Correct now. But at y2 that is at subsequent year. Correct now. That is at subsequent year. How much it became? It didn't go up. It went down. It went down by what number, sir? Say it went down by 85 rupees. Ho gaya. That means is there a loss of 35 rupees of loss? Negative minus 35 rupees loss. Oh, then what should I do? To the extent revaluation reserve amount available. How much is revaluation reserve available? 20 is available. Debit it. Correct na? So asset is supposed to be reduced by 35 rupees of reduction. Correct. Our difference amount that you should charge it to profit and loss statement. Yes, it is a loss to you. Hope you understood. Okay. Next, second circumstance. This is situation number 1. Yeah, I will give you situation number 2 as well. I'll give you situation number 2 as well. So situation number 2 may what will happen? Situation number 2 may what will happen, my dear friends? Yeah, what number? Initially it is a downward connection. Initially it is a downward loss. Downward means my cost is equal to 100. Correct na? This is y0 number. But y1 number, y1 में fair market value था, it is equal to 90 rupees था. Correct. So y2 में what is happened? It went to 115 को it went. Possible. Or it may be it must have gone to 80 rupees को also it must have gone. Right. This is situation number 1 here. Yeah, it went to 80 rupees. Means further down. Correct na? This I will record. This is further down. When you say further down, charge it to profit and loss. No discussion. Correct na? Profit and loss account debit to property, plant and equipment. Correct na? Second situation, it went to 115, sir. 115 means what should I do? PPE account debit. PPE account debit 90 to 115. That means it is 25 rupees up. To P&L. Why P&L, sir? Because initially you charge it to P&L. Na? To the extent you charge it to P&L, that much you have to retrieve it. You have to get back. Okay, to P&L. Next what, my dear? That is to P&L. Next amount is what? Revaluation reserve. This is the balancing figure. That is how you are supposed to do it. Okay, right. So in the standard, my dear, there are few more points. What are the few more points with respect to depreciation, with respect to sale of asset and etc. are there. These are actually easy things. There is nothing great in it. So I wanted to go to directly the what is that MCQ questions. Let me try to handle it now. Okay na? Just a second. Yeah. Come to the questions as per accounting standard 10. As per accounting standard 10, revised property, plant and equipment, which of the following cost is not included in the carrying amount of PPE? Sometime we spoke, no, which cost should not be incurred? Site preparation, it has to be incurred. Cost of relocation, I'll tell you. Okay, installation and assembling cost, it has to be incurred. Initial delivery freight, that is freight cost, it has to be there. Cost of relocation should never be included, correct na? One place to another place you shifted the property, one machine is there. Today you installed in Bangalore, tomorrow you took it to Hyderabad. Why means there is a requirement, that's why we pulled it out here and we put it there. Just because machine you took it from here to there and you incur the transportation charges, that will not add any value to the asset, correct? You paid money, extra money will not come from the asset, that's why it is supposed to be charged to profit and loss, correct na? So B bit is perfectly all right. Next, as per accounting standard 10, PPE and equipment. An enterprise holding investment property. Investment property means I told you, investment in the nature of land and building which is held for rentals and capital appreciation or capital appreciation. Should value the investment property at what? It should be at cost model. Yes, it should be only at cost model. It should not be at any revaluation model, or you no choice here. Okay, right. Where is it said, sir? Where is it said means it is said by accounting standard 13, not by accounting standard 10. Okay, right. A plot of land which carrying amount is equal to 1 lakh, not a problem, was revalued to 1,50,000 at the end of the second year. Okay, fine, no problem. You revalue to this amount means 50,000 rupees must be lying under the revaluation reserve. Agree? Correct. So subsequently, due to drop in the market value, okay, right, the land was determined to have a fair market value of 1,30,000 at the end of the year 4. Not a problem. Assuming that the entity adopts revaluation model, what would be the accounting? Just now we spoke na. How much is down? You are down by 20,000. 20,000 down means to the extent revaluation reserve available, 20,000 available. RR account debit to land 20,000 you are supposed to do it. See, initial upward valuation 50,000 should be created to revaluation reserve. Perfect. Subsequent downward valuation should be debited to P&L. Wrong. It should be debited to revaluation reserve. Initial upward 50,000 is created to P&L. Wrong. Initial upward valuation created to revaluation reserve. Subsequent downward valuation should be debited to revaluation reserve. This is correct. That's all. So that's why C bit is correct. Learn the concept correctly. Then, if you learn the concept correctly, these are all chiller things. Right. And again, as you know, in my classes, obviously the focus will be on the concept. And obviously we solved a n number of sums in the class, which if any of your friend has taken my class, just speak to them. They will tell you about the classes. I don't need to tell about the classes. Okay, right. So these classes are obviously going to be helpful to you in understanding the concept and to crack all this kind of question. Let them give whatever the kind of question, my dear, you will be able to answer. Correct. Now you cannot prepare 100 MCQs for one standard. Right? 27 standards are there. One standard goes 100 MCQ if you prepare. Correct. Now when do you? That is not the way, no, my dear. You have to try to remember the concept. Concept is same hai to people let them frame how many number of MCQs by them. Let them frame. That is their problem. You should be able to answer it. This matter you remember first. Okay, right. So now a plot of land with the carrying amount of 1 lakh. Yes, was revalued to how much? 90,000 at the end of the year 2. That means what you must have done? 10,000 rupees you must have charged it to profit and loss, which I told. Subsequently, due to increase in the market value, correct na, land has determined the fair value is 105,000 rupees ko upar gaya. Correct na? It 90,000 became 105,000 rupees it became. What do you do now? What do you do? Correct na? The land account debit. Correct na? Land account debit, how much it went up? 15,000 it went up. To first profit and loss credit karo. To the extent earlier charged to P&L, that should be debited now. Sorry, credited now. The balance amount should go to, this is the balancing figure, revaluation reserve 5,000 rupees should take place. I hope you understood. Exactly. Correct na? So initial downward valuation of 10,000 debited to revaluation reserve. Wrong answer. Initial downward okay, yeah, this is not debited to revaluation reserve. It should be debited to P&L. Yes, it is debited to P&L. Subsequent upward revaluation 15,000 credited to P&L. Wrong. Yeah, initial downward 10,000 debited to P&L, right. Subsequently, upward revaluation 10,000 should be credited to P&L, right. 5,000 should be credited to revaluation reserve. This is the right answer. So C bit is the correct answer. That's all. I told you, no concept, correct. Clarity should be there. On sale of an asset which was revalued upward, that means you have a revaluation reserve. What would be the treatment of revaluation reserve? Yes, I did not explain you here sale ka. If you have a revaluation reserve and if it is correct na, that revaluation reserve should be transferred to retained earnings, that is surplus account, profit and not to the profit and loss statement. No, it should go to other equity. Other equity in the sense that is I mean retained earnings. P&L account in the balance sheet is there, no, there you are supposed to transfer. Yeah, see, revaluation reserve created to P&L. No, wrong. It never be created to P&L. Revaluation reserve is created to retained earnings as a movement in the reserve without impacting the profit and loss. Perfectly all right. That's it. Correct. Now, these are all discussed obviously, right? So in the class, right? A machinery was purchased having an invoice price of 1,18,000 rupees. GST is equal to 18,000. On 1st April 2000, GST amount is available as input tax credit. Rate of depreciation is equal to 10% on SLM basis. Okay, the depreciation for 2012-13 is equal to, out of you paid 1,18,000, but out of 18,000 may 18,000 rupees GST credit you are getting. That means this is a refundable tax, not non-refundable tax. Correct, na? Right. So 1 lakh is the real cost for you. 1 lakh into 10% is equal to 10,000 rupees. So A is the right answer. Not 1,18,000 into 10%, my dear. Yeah, I am telling you here only 6 questions we discussed. But for each concept, we can create n number of questions. Right? That's why focus on the concept. Learn the concept. Revise the concept. Okay? If you like these classes, please like it, share it, correct na? And you write your comment also. That will be adding value to us and to your friends. Please share the classes. Wish you all the very best, my dear, and God bless you. Next class. Okay, what am I going to do? I mean, in the next week, whatever. Yes, this standard. Yes, we are going to get into accounting standard 11 plus accounting standard 2. These two standards we will be completing in next revision class. Okay, see you on next